Hello, Digidestins. This is Kyle D, better known as Ride My Avatar, bringing you some set 4 deck profiles. We're going to start off green because I feel like most people will be underestimating it or overly hyping it. So I feel like it's a great starting point, and I'm going to go through every colors like I did with my last videos, and hopefully you guys enjoy the 5 deck styles, show you what possibilities you guys can start looking at to see what could come from green, because there's not just one best deck versions. There are multiple ways of playing a deck that can easily outthrow your opponent, especially since we're going to get cards that we weren't originally going to have, especially with like Palmon or the Devimon or anything like that that can just automatically change the format. So guys, without further ado, remember to smash that like button. It helps just promote this video to go to other people. Again, like this video, really do smash it. If not, whatever, hit the dislike, I don't care. So let's dive right into the deck profile. So first one we're going to talk about is this Grankuwagamon list that I'm working on. So it's really interesting. It's very powerful because of the fact is with the new Palmon inheritive. So when this card is trashed due to activation, this Digimon's Digiburst, one of your Digimon gains jamming. So there's a good reason for that, and I'll explain shortly. So first off, we're starting off Argomon. Argomon doesn't really change out of most of the decks because, again, Argomon is still really good because, again, gaining 1 memory at the start of your turn just helps out massively. Monomon is in there because when it attacks one of your opponents, Digimon without P. Then we have Lilamon. So when this card is trashed activation, this Digiburst at return to your hand. Since we are going to be Digibursting a little bit more often than not, so we're going to take advantage of it. And Palmon being in here to be another Digiburst option in the key slots. This card at least lets you Digiburst it, then be able to ride over to the next turn, giving you a little more hand advantage and bonus that you weren't really going to have. Palmon's more or less for game finishing turns, which can be really nasty and really scary. So then we have Tenamon. Reveal the top card of your deck if it is a green Digimon added to your hand, otherwise place it in the deck. Really good, because again, you are playing mostly green. The only time it's going to whiff is if it reveals a Chaosmon, then not too bad because you have one in hand, but having 4 targets that isn't be able to off a Tentamon is still okay. Then we have Palmon. If you attack an opponent's Digimon, it's plus 2,000 for the turn. So again, we're going to take advantage of our Hercules Control. So we'll explain that shortly. Then we have Gargomon here for gets 1,000 for your opponent's Digimon suspended. We're going to be suspending our opponent's Digimon as well. We're also taking in the new Trial Dex Kabuterimon, which really does help out because again, 1 cost Evolution blocker with 6 costs to play. Not too bad of a turn off. 5,000 DP isn't bad. It's kind of bulky for the rookies. So, and then we also play Roachmon because again, he's a quick 1 cost evolution. We want to be able to 1 cost to mitigate since even our hidden potentials are limited to 1. So we don't have as much like leeway. So again, we're just taking advantage of all the great 1 cost evolutions. Then we have Cherrymon because Cherrymon is a blocker. And again, also what really does help out, sorry, where I go on, Roachmon is a 3 cost, so he's like a rookie that you get to. So then we have Blossomon for absorption 3, which isn't bad, free evolution. Then we have Mega Kabuterimon for 1 reason and 1 reason. When this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, trash the card of your opponent's security stack. So let me explain a little bit about this combo shortly. So we also have Nidhoggmon just to board wipe rush boards, or if our opponent is really letting us have it, we will be able to suspend all our opponents to go on 5,000 DP or less and then place them on the bottom of the owner's deck in any order. Trash all Digi-Evolution cards, which is really scary because being able to board wipe in green is what they've been missing a little bit. So here's Grankuwagamon. So Digiburst, one of your Digimon gains security plus 1 until the end of turn. So you can rest their blockers. Yeah. So we're in Digiburst for if you go up normal chain we'll have a level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 cards there. Naturally, we would only need to Digiverse twice, and then we could knock out 3 security, which isn't bad because we'll have jamming underneath. But there's also this other play with Hercules Control. So we're going to do Hercules Control for the 4 cost, which isn't bad. We'll Digivolve, have Mega Control in there, Digiburst for 2 to suspend one of our opponent's Digimon. We'll have jamming underneath it from the Palmon's effect, which isn't bad. Kind of want to have that. If I hit the effect, that. So that he can swing in and just take out any blockers or a Digimon that needs to be spended, and then we can kind of just keep taking out their security stacks for free, because again, Mega Kabuterimon just does not care. So again, taking out their opponent's Digimon is really nice. And what's really awesome is, let's say we even Digivolve into Chaosmon. So you swing in with Hercules, take out 2 security because Mega Kabuterimon deletes the Digimon, then Chaosmon Digivolves on top of it, instantly killing it, triggering its Pierce, and then Mega Kabukarimon's skill of the top part of their security. So you just dealt 1, 2, 3 damage pretty much for absolutely no reason, which isn't bad. So again, triggering it because it is a once per turn skill does help, because it would be broken otherwise. And we do have Boulder Arm in here for activating the following effect twice, plus one of your opponent's one of your opponent's Digimon gets plus -7,000 for the turn. It can kill any 14k quite easily with no issues. Then we also play Gigabuster for a reason of this. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, which is fine for the 3 cost, but there's also another reason we're doing this, and you want to hear why. 2 of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 of DP spend. There's a reason for this, because of new blockers getting 5k, or just to clear rookie rush boards. This helps out and also helps choke, because again, you don't need to have valid targets for this to activate. So again, you just choke your opponent out. Then you have Hidden Discover potential, just because free evolution is great. And Ken is in here, so when one of your opponent's Digimon deletes an Digimon, it drives game memory constantly, because again, we're either going to use it with Hercules Kabuterimon, Wagamon, Chaosmon, anything like that, just to mitigate some of that memory gain they get, is just going to help massively. So again, this is the deck profile for Grankuwagamon, kind of like wipe your security stack. It's going to be a little bit scarier. This deck will get probably more fine-tuned as time goes on, because again, I think it's just, I might not know the answer to it, but I think one of my viewers do. So again, just keep a good eye on this deck. Next, we do have 4 Argomon, 1 Minamon. Then we have 4 Argomon for this build. This build is pretty much an upgrade to Ceresmon with Mega Gargomon Mancho. So again, a deck that you already probably have already, taking up some of the trial deck support. It's not too bad. So then Agumon's in here because again, we know what our Agumon does. He's plus 1,000. Arimon's here, keep blue in check. Tentamon is reveal the top card of your deck. If a green card, add it to your hand, otherwise place it. So again, we only have 2 unvalid targets for that. So if this attacks an opponent's Digimon, it gets plus some turn, which isn't bad in all honesty. But hey, you don't take it in, you don't gift a gift, of course. Then we have Digimon, of course. Then we also do have Woodmon in here, because the fact of the matter is we like to have blockers. Again, we play 5 total blockers. I am right, 7. Sorry. It is late. Kabuterimon is in here too. this Digimon gets plus 1000 for every suspended Digimon. Again, power boosting. Pokemon's in here to reveal, try to get us a 5 in our hand to kind of deck thin, to just do craziness. Terrimon's in here. Kabuterimon is in this trial deck. Levels, everything like that matters. We have Blossomon in here because Blossomon is still so free evolutions, just fantastic. And we have Mega Kabuterimon because of the fact is that when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, trash the top card of their security stack. Which really nice because again we're gonna have rested Digimon at all times, so it's not bad. So we're gonna just take that as it is. Ceresmon, we already know what it does. Then we also do have Banchos because Bancho is Bancho Stingmon. Being able to take out Omnimons like nothing is just fantastic. Mega Gargamon is suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. It gets unsuspended during your opponent's next unsuspend phase. All your opponent has a suspended Digimon in play. This is +1. Again, great to counter Megazoo. It's the Bancho Stingmons. Gasmon's in here just to try to thin out bad boards. Another, again, clears boards, clear board. Again, flower cannons in here just to rest stuff. Hidden potential is because it's at 1. Mimi is me. Again, rushing is such a great thing. Here's another theme deck I'm going to call this. This one's based around Rosemon, so it's a more Mimi themed deck. I think will be a lot more fun for a lot of people that really love the Rosemon and Lotusmon and Lilies and Lula. So again, here's a build for you guys that you might enjoy. So again, we play Tenimon because it's Digivolves this turn. This Digimon gets plus 1000 P. Not bad. Argomon's in here because it's still great. Goblinmon's in here because Palmon's in here, so on play you get to look at 3 of the top 3, add a level 4 card among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in order, which isn't bad. Then we have Argomon in here for 2-drop. Yeah, Palmon in here when you attack an opponent's Digimon, this is plus 2000 P. Have Vegemon in here for Vegemon plays because it's a 1-cost evolution. Very cheap, really good effects. And we have Togemon in here because again it fits the Toga, the Mimi theme. So reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck, add 1 level 5 or higher among your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order, which isn't bad. Again, being able to grab a level 5 that you might need to Digivolve is just really good. Then we have Kabuterimon in here because of stickers. Then we have Lilymon because spend one of your opponent's Digimon without blocker. Really good when it swings. When attacking, if you have a tamer in place, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Slightly better version of Lilymon. So again, we're just taking a bit. Then we have Lilymon. When Digivolve, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck at a 6. So again, being able to hit our targets or higher, which is really nice. It doesn't have to be of color. So again, green. It does help just being able to filter and grab what you need. Then we have Lotusmon. When you or your opponent plays a level 4 or lower Digimon, suspend it. So again, being able to counter Rookie Rush, because again, they give you 1 memory, slap this down, congratulations, you're suspended, it starts swinging in. They can't really do anything against this because again, their Digimon is now weaker, and you'll just hog them real quick. They won't see it coming. They hate when that happens. Next, we do play Rosemon. Rosemon is here. When Digivolve, one of your opponent's Digimon can't attack or block until turn. Really good skill, because again, be able to not attack or block, it's just fantastic. That still goes on if Digivolve on top of it. Doesn't change the fact. Then we play Volder Arm because again, minus 14, 1 Digimon, or killing off 2 blockers is just too good. Then we have Needle Spray because it's in Heart, Archetype, Flower Cannon. Again, just to be able to suspend a blocker, need to, on flip or anything like that, just helps out because again, sometimes a blocker can just kill you. Mimi's in here, so if you have a level 5 higher green to suspend this card and pretty much hatch or proceed more stuff. Again, really good cards. I think this deck has a lot of potential being with the Lotusmon and the Rosemon being there to help each other out, cover both each other's weaknesses, and then Nidhogg coming in just to clear the way and just go, this is mine now. So again, take that into account, especially even, let's say Voldrarm dies, you gain memory. Again, there's so much you can do with this, it's not even funny. Next, let's talk about the other deck. So next one is a very interesting one. Not a lot of people probably. This is more of a Hercules Nidhogg deck. So again, not like Grankuwagamon, where you're trying to combo and kill one turn. This one takes a little slower pace. It does burst. It does help out. We play Tenamon at 1, and then we play Argomon for its restand, unsuspending, gain of memory abilities. Goblemon's in here because Goblemon. Argomon's in here because 2-cost evolution. We're trying to play a lot more rookies in this deck, so that we're kind of like a rookie rush style, similar to what purple kind of does, without having to waste as much resources. We have Lala in here because it's trash to kind of get her back, and being able to hardcast her or Digivolve on top of her kind of just help out in the game. Galamon's in here just because of good reasons of jamming. Being able to have your Digimon gain is just nuts. Floramon's in here for the fact of the matter is Floramon is a 2-cost at drop. So again, Rookie Rush style as I mentioned. Tenamon's in here just to add +1 on play. Vegimon's in here for 1-cost evolution. Then Kabuterimon's 1-cost evolution. Well, it gives comparable for every opponent spending Digimon, which is good. Kabuterimon's, because of the fact that he is a blocker at 1 cost. Then Argomon's a free evolution. Awesomon's a free evolution. Play 2 Mega Kabuterimon because again, deleting our opponent's Digimon in any sense of the word when is just really good, especially if they block, then kind of, or pierce with our Hercules Kabuterimon 2 cards is just really good. Nidhoggmon is just because it's a broken card. Then we play Hidden Potential because Hidden Potential is still good. Then we do have Mimi because Mimi is awesome. There's not much else. This deck is pretty strong. I gotta say, being able to Digiburst, clear boards, or take out a 2 is still fantastic. Again, you can win games because of this. So always remember that at least you can take out 2 security stacks. This one triggers at the end of deleting your opponent's Digimon. So what could happen is, remember that you'll activate once per turn effect. So you trigger that Secession because it deletes, then Pierce, and this effect goes off at the same time. So you can choose this to go off first, the Pierce. So it's just really helpful. Very good skills. I mean, it's a really nice power. Here is our final deck. Here is like a more budgety Ceresmon Turbo deck. We're kind of just turboing into what we need to. Very cheap evolution. First off, we have Tenamon in here for 2 cost, or if it's 1,000 on evolution, and Argomon for memory, of course. We have Goblemon, Argomon, then Agumon's in here for 1,000 DP. Then we have Terriermon to slow down blue, and any like purple deck now. Vegimon's in here for 1,000 for 1 evolution. You have Woodmon for cheap evolution. Roachmon for cheap play or evolution, and Kabuterimon for evolution cheap. Again, blocker, 7 blockers, not bad. Blossomon for Absorption, cheap evolution. Then we have Lilithmon to suspend one if you have a Tamer in play, which we do, we'll have Tamies. Suspend one of our opponent's Digimon. Good. Then we have Lilymon to reveal the top 5 cards of the deck, add a 6 or higher card among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the deck in any order. So just to try to grab our big top end. Then Titanmon's in here for a cheap evolution to go right into Chaosmon if needed. Sometimes that's all you do. You have Nidhoggmon just being Nidhogg. So it really does help out. Vulcan Arm is in here to activate, to do what we've talked about in all the other tech profiles so far in this video. Chaosmon is here, unsuspend this Digimon, then it can attack an opponent's Digimon. The effect allows you to attack a unsuspended Digimon as well, which is nice. Hidden potential is free evolution. And then we also run Mimi because Mimi is god tier. So guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little deck profiling. I know this is a new stylist, so let me know how you guys feel in the comments down below. It really does help out the channel. So I will catch you in the next one. Peace.